Hello, cinephiles, and welcome to Silver Screen Sips, a podcast where two idiots talk about movies, and today we're talking about The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Just a reminder that there are spoilers ahead for movies and TV shows that you may not have seen yet, so just know you've been warned. And what a doozy today's episode's going to be, I think.
Really?
I think so. What a doozy of a movie.
What a doozy of a...
What a doozy of a movies.
Are you awake?
No, So here's the thing, everyone. I just woke up from a little cat nap.
Little nappy poo.
Literally 5 minutes ago. So I might be a little delirious. A little nap. Might be a little delirious. So I do apologize. But here we are. And here we go. Starting with This Week in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo, 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 woo. So... Is this Planet of the Apes?
Wait a minute.
Since the moment the trailer dropped, the film Madam Web has been a meme, as we all know.
It's morbid. Wait a minute.
And now with its premiere on Valentine's Day, which was yesterday as of recording, the film has become even more of a laughingstock, with critics just ripping it apart. And viewers. So Madam Web, which stars, as you know, Sydney Sweeney, along with Dakota Johnson as Madam Web, debuted with just only a 17% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Yikes.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, would you look at that? It's 14 as we speak.
Oof. Wow.
It just keeps getting worse.
The film marks what could be one of the final Sony/Marvel Cinematic Universe mashups. And what a way to go out if that is the case.
Not with a bang, but with a whimper.
Yeah. I feel like, I have not seen it myself, and I'm not going to let other people's opinions stop me from seeing it. I'm not going to go see it. I had no interest anyways to go see it. But
you didn't take your boyfriend for Valentine's Day? L.
I didn't want to torture him like that, you know?
Oh, you weren't going to go watch a comedy?
I'll go take him to see Deadpool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But,
yeah. The greatest rom-com.
For sure. It can't be good.
With a 14% and going lower? Yeah.
The trailer alone, we thought it was fan-made.
We knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And everybody's suspicions are just being confirmed. So
exactly. But anyways.
Speaking of disasters, Paramount recently laid off 800 employees in an effort to cut costs. President Bob Bakish sent an email to the staff letting them know of the layoffs, which you can find the entire email online or by clicking the link directly from our Discord channel. Which, what's up with all these tech companies making literally record profits once again?
And then being
laying off.
We gotta cut off. Yeah. Sorry, not sorry.
What? It's there's 10 major tech companies Microsoft laid off
they just wanted to be part of the trend
by destroying people's livelihoods. Thank you, CEOs. I hope you enjoy that $500,000 bonus check that you get.
Oh yeah. Now, as some of you real film buffs may know, the Berlin Film Festival is underway, and there are plenty of interesting and unique films making their mark during the event. Now, the opener for the event is a film produced by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, as well as others, and stars Cillian Murphy, and the movie is called Small Things Like These. Now, the interesting thing about this is that Matt Damon stated that the film, quote, does not pander. It is asking the audience to care about cinema, and I believe that there is enough audience in the world that still does. End quote. Bold statement there, my friend. So the 74th Berlin Film Festival is taking place from February 15th, which is today as of recording, to the 25th. So I'm sure there will be plenty of memes to come about on Instagram and TikTok for all of you guys. But you could also just go watch the films. Just go do it.
Do it. Why aren't you doing it?
Why aren't you doing that right now? Well, actually, don't. Finish this episode, then go watch them.
One of the movies at the Berlin Festival should be Bumblebee. I'm just kidding. Bumblebee director Travis Knight has emerged as a frontrunner among Mattel's search for a director for their Masters of the Universe movie. After Netflix's cancellation, Amazon, MGM Studios, may be giving the project giving the project a second chance, potentially progressing the long-awaited return of the toy line to theaters. Some of the characters you might know from the series are He-Man, Skeletor, and Orko. He-Man!
I think Mattel needs to chill.
Yeah, they really are like high off the hopes of Barbie. Like they really saw dollar signs and now they think they can turn anything. They're getting the real Midas touch when we don't really know if they got the Midas touch yet.
We get it. Okay, Barbie was big. We do not need an American Girl doll movie. We do not need a Bob the Builder movie. We do not need a Masters of the Universe movie. Just
that
one
is actually, I think Masters of the Universe is probably the only one that could probably.
But I mean, there's a show. Like, just watch the show.
But
same with American Girl doll. There's already movies. We don't need another movie.
But we don't have a live action movie because that's the thing. That's the fad. That's the trend.
It is, and
that's what makes money.
I have a very strong opinion on live action, but I won't get into it.
I just can't wait to see who plays Skeletor because he has to do the voice. If he doesn't do the voice, then I'm not watching it.
Who would you cast?
As Skeletor? Danny DeVito. No,
I was thinking you were going to say that. I was thinking Willem Dafoe. He kind of looks like Skeletor.
That is a good choice. Oh, he doesn't wear a mask. It's just face paint.
He kind of has that, that Green Goblin kind of voice. Like, just put that, but a Skeletor. It's basically him.
I'm somewhat of a scientist myself.
Yes.
Green Skeletor.
There you go.
I like it.
So, on to the next headline. American Psycho writer Bret Easton Ellis is now set to direct an upcoming horror film called Relapse, which will star Stranger Things actor Joseph Quinn, he's basically taking the same route as Sydney Sweeney as a side character that becomes really big and more famous than the main characters. But
I gotta say, Sydney Sweeney,
overrated?
No, she needs to fire her. She's a great actress, but she needs to fire her agent because I don't know what the hell they're doing and putting her in.
Yeah, they're really picking like the worst films for her.
Yeah, they're really tanking her career.
Yeah,
like she's an amazing actress. Like she knows what she's doing.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Whoever is being like, yeah, we'll put her in. If they win an Oscar for Best Casting Director, which is another thing, by the way, I don't know if anybody else heard this, that they're the new category for
That's stupid.
the Oscars.
I'm sorry.
That's coming out in 2025, I believe, is going to be Best Casting Director, not stunts, not Best Stunts, no, Best Casting Director. Which who the hell knows how they're going to determine that?
Yeah.
I swear that's the person. That's going to be like, oh, the first person to win is the person who keeps on casting Sydney Sweeney in like terrible roles.
Yeah, that's stupid. But anyways, this is going to be the directorial debut from Bret Easton Ellis. So he's worked mainly on screenplays. Obviously, he wrote American Psycho, as well as many others. But we'll see. I mean, I'm always down for a horror movie. So there is there is a horror movie coming out in July of this year that if anyone who is a huge fan of horror but likes real good horror, this seems like a very promising movie, and it has Nicolas Cage in it. It is called Long Legs. I believe I've dropped the trailer before if I haven't, I will drop the trailer into our Discord. It is very interesting because it's finally a horror movie trailer that doesn't show you all the good stuff. Doesn't show you all the good jump scares and everything. It leaves you guessing, like, ooh, what is this? Just saying. Plugging that one in here. I'm very hyped for it. I'm hoping it's good. But just saying. Anyways, I digress.
Next on our list, Marvel Studios, the better one, not the Sony one, has found its cast for its upcoming Fantastic Four movie. Okay. And you can tell us if you agree with this casting or not. It's a very interesting one. Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Ebon Moss-Bachrach, I think it's Bachrach, and Joseph Quinn. Oh wow, hi again. Will star as the heroes in the Fantastic Four. Pascal was previously reported to star as Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, in the future, while the others have been heavily rumored in recent months. Kirby will star as Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, while Joseph Quinn will play her brother, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, and Moss-Bachrach, well, I hope I'm saying that right, will star as Ben Grimm, aka The Thing. I love Vanessa Kirby, so... what
is she in?
Vanessa Kirby. She's she's been in the Mission Impossible movies. She was in the Fast and Furious movies. She's in.
Okay, so everything I have not seen.
No, I mean,
got it.
She's a great actress. She also plays the wife in Napoleon. She's been in a few smaller roles, but she's like I think she's like an Italian. She's an English actress, so she does a lot of English stuff.
Interesting. Okay.
But my God, she's got a killer jawline.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I mean, it's better than the last one, so better casting than the last one, I would say. But I still don't know. I feel like Chris Evans was definitely the most like.
I liked him as the Human Torch. I don't know if that was like, accurate to the comic books, but like the way he plays himself as like this
suave,
sportsy, like I ride motorcycles, I'm a cool dude with a leather jacket kind of guy. It worked. He's very, but like those movies were goofy, and he kind of played it goofy, and I don't know.
Yeah,
they're like guilty pleasures. Like, they're not good, but like they're fun to watch because they're just so
childhood movies. Yeah. I guess we'll see. That's all I can say, really.
That's all we can say.
But that concludes This Week in Hollywood. You can find all of our sources cited on our Discord channel, along with many other things like trailers that we post pretty frequently, and memes and any other important events. Look at that. Ad-libbing.
You can't hear me, but one second. There we go. Nice little clap. Little golf clap.
Thank you. Petty clap. I love it.
Pity clap, yes. All right. Well, that concludes that segment. Now it's time to jump into.
I thought you were about to redo my outro. I was like, dude,
you
fucking nailed that shit.
You did it terribly. Sorry. But we can now jump into, because if any of you have seen Madam Web, probably need a drink.
Oh my God.
You should probably go in drinking beforehand to any way to get through that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about today's drink on Big Lou's Big Brews. Which is just replacing his
or sync it up somehow. That would be awesome.
Was that correct?
I think.
Anyway, let's see. Today's drink is the Skull and Bones original version. It's in quotes, original version.
Mm-hmm.
This comes from a post on Flickr by Chase Hoffman. I believe he took the picture. Now we have some ingredients. Let's talk about some ingredients. We have 1.5 ounce of overproof 151. Whoa. What? That's a lot of words. 151. Yeah, baby.
That takes me back to hurricane proof. That's how much was in the hurricane proof rum that I had brought back from St. Croix.
You had like a full bottle and like a nib, right?
I think so. I brought back little nibs for everyone, like different rums. I think I brought you back some, and that was where I think I got pickle whiskey too, which is disgusting.
Oh yeah, I remember. I had the pickle. No, I got the pickle whiskey.
And then you had the pickle whiskey.
I was like, and then Jacob
was disgusting.
Yeah, Jacob had it, and I was like, "What the hell?"
I almost gagged. That was. I did gag. I almost puked.
I put a little in my finger and I put it in my tongue. I was like, "Nope, that's not happening."
Yeah, never ever, unless you're an insane person or if you want to see someone be tortured, never ever, ever drink whiskey. It's disgusting.
Yeah. But let's talk about maybe possibly a better drink. The Skull and Bones. Now we have 1.5 ounce of overproof 151 Demerara. Sorry, I'm thinking of Demerara. Demerara rum. Hamilton 151 or Lemon Heart 151 are recommended. 1/2 ounce of white Cuban style rum. That sounds nice. 3/4 of fresh lime juice. 1/2 ounce of passion fruit syrup. Auntie Lilikoi is my favorite. Lilikoi, which is seems to be Lewis's favorite. 1/2 ounce of grenadine, homemade is best. A dash of herb saint or absinthe. Oh my God.
Whoa. Just a dash.
And just a dash of Angostura bitters. Now to combine, what we're going to do for all these ingredients is we're going to combine all the ingredients into a shaker tin, add ice and shake vigorously until Arctic cold. What is Arctic cold? Like, what's the temperature for Arctic cold? Like, what's the temperature? What is the temperature for room temperature? Lukewarm.
I think Arctic cold means there's frost on the outside of the shaker.
I'll give you that. Okay, cool. But now can you tell me what lukewarm is? Like, who's Luke and why is he warm?
Lukewarm is, I don't know why it's called lukewarm. But lukewarm's like where it's warm enough, but like as soon as you take your finger out, you get cold. You know, it's not burning to the touch and it's not cold. It's right, lukewarm.
Lukewarm. Okay. So we're gonna take all that straight into a chilled Collins glass, double rocks glass, or appropriately piratey tiki mug, and top with crushed ice. Garnish with an orange peel, lime wheel, or whatever feels appropriate. I wish I could have found little jolly Roger flags. It sounds like something that would be for Pirates of the Caribbean.
So, lukewarm actually comes from the Middle English word
Okay.
lukewarm. The first part of the word luke came from the word lu, which meant tepid, which is neither hot nor cold. So now it's lukewarm.
Tepid.
Anyways, what
Interesting.
were we saying? Sorry.
I would give this a 4 out of 5. I would love to try some Cuban style rum.
Yeah, this does sound like right up your alley.
Yes. Now, I probably would go with Herb Saint just to try it out because last time I tried absinthe, it did not go well.
Well, isn't that the same thing?
What? Herb Saint?
Yeah.
Or absinthe? Oh, God, please don't say Herb
I'm
Saint.
assuming if they're saying or, it means they're interchangeable.
Sorry, I got an actual place called Herb Saint, which is an upscale French and American fair in an airy space in St. Charles Avenue in
it's an
New
anise
Orleans.
flavored liqueur. Okay.
It's a what now?
It is an anise flavored, ANISE.
What the hell is anise flavored?
It's like basically a, how do I explain it? Like, okay.
She's struggling here, guys.
Yeah. So it's basically like licorice is like anise flavored. Like licorice, it has anise is what gives licorice its flavor. So it's the same thing as like what's in absinthe and stuff. So it's the same thing in here. So this is also anise flavored. So it also tastes like licorice, which means it's similar to absinthe.
Okay, well, I'll still give it 4 out of 5. Because it's just a dash. It's just a dash. Like I know it's not gonna overtake. Well, I'm gonna fingers crossed not overtake. But I'll take it. 4 out of 5. That's mine.
Okay, I think I would give it a 3.5. It sounds good, but I'm also like not a huge. I mean, like I would like rum, but like it's not my go-to. So I would probably drink it if someone gave it to me, but I would not order it myself. Sounds very good. It sounds a kind of fruity, with the passion fruit and the grenadine and the lime juice. And then, but the overproof, that's 1.5 ounces of overproof to be exact, is a decent amount.
Yeah.
A strong drink. So,
definitely a sipping drink.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4. Fuck it.
We're in agreement.
Yeah, it's a strong drink. I like stiff drinks. What can I say?
Well, that concludes. That's it. That concludes.
I was going to say, are you going to do an outro or something?
Nope, that's just it. In conclusion.
In conclusion, that is the segment.
Hard cut.
On to our next segment, which is our sponsor segment. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor for today, Shaker and Spoon. It is a monthly subscription service that gives you bar quality recipes and ingredients designed by award-winning mixologists. Now, their latest box, The Ballad of Irish Whiskey. My ears are ringing. Features incredible Irish whiskey cocktail recipes. Yes, please. If you'd like your very own box to drink along with us, then head on over to shakerandspoon.com and use our promo code SIPS10 to get $10 off your first subscription. Again, that is promo code SIPS10, SIPS10, to get $10 off.
That's quaking.
I'm very excited for this one. I have plenty of Irish whiskey.
He's ready.
Very ready. Speaking of ready.
Yes.
Are you ready for Beth's question of the day?
Maybe.
It
depends on how unhinged you want to get today.
It is kind of unhinged.
Oh boy. All right. I'm ready.
Okay. Here we go. So, obviously this movie, spoilers.
It's a movie.
It's a movie. So it's like kind of about aliens, kind of not. It's like interdimensional beings. We're going to say aliens. Okay. They're alien to us.
I'll get into that, but like, you know.
We'll get into that later. But for the sake of this question, we're going to just say aliens. Now, obviously, another spoiler. Cate Blanchett, I forget her character's name. Cate Blanchett wants them to show her everything, right? The whole whatever. I don't know what everything really means, but she says shows me everything. I'm just assuming that's like the secrets of the universe, basically.
Yeah, I assume there's also like knowledge of literally everything.
Yeah. So that leads me to my question, which is if hypothetically we had to show 3 things to aliens to sum up the human race as a whole, to be like, this is who we are. These 3 things, what would they be?
Porn.
Okay. Well, wasn't not expecting that answer.
I'm not wrong. We're like, here's how we copulate.
No, that is not. No.
Are you telling me that we have animals, right? Like they have the animal kingdom. Are you telling me the first thing we don't learn about them is how do they reproduce?
Well, yeah, but you don't reproduce through porn. That's the opposite. If anything, you would be like, this is how we do it. And then you would.
This is how we get it on.
This is how we get it on. Okay, porn. That's okay. What's your other
reproduction? How about that? How?
Okay. Okay.
If you don't like, if you want correct terminology.
Yeah, accurate. Okay. What else?
I think would be the most technological. Whatever I guess, is this like in the future where we have technology to meet these people, or is it kind of like they? Oh, it's like right now. Like if
right now we're doing the podcast right now, an alien lands in your yard right in front of you, and is like, I need to bring 3 things back with me to my people to tell them what you guys are about. What do you give them? You give them sex.
I would give.
You're like, okay, now here's how you're gonna follow my lead.
So yeah, something like that, and then whatever the most technologically advanced item that we can give them. Like I'm assuming I have access to like all technology.
Yeah, you have access to everything right now.
Okay,
let's just say.
So whatever I go invade Area 51 for the most technologically advanced.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be things that they would probably already be aware of in Area 51? Isn't that like?
Yeah, but they also do experimental testing, so that means they would have like top secret things that they've made on their stuff from their stuff. So they'll be like, here's the most advanced thing we've made. And it also may or not include some of your stuff.
Okay. And what's the last thing?
What would be the last thing? I genuinely don't know. Maybe like the Rosetta Stone, like something like with language, like so they can understand us fully. I mean, they probably already do understand us. They probably like know everything, but something along the lines.
That's actually a good answer.
Yeah, something along the lines to help us.
You're like,
we give them the Duolingo owl.
They're just like, this thing keeps bothering me every day. I don't understand.
The owl keeps on threatening me to learn English.
Oh my God. Duolingo for aliens. That's funny.
Yeah, there we go. That's what it's the Duolingo owl, the most technologically advanced thing I can think we have as the human race, and a porno.
Oh my God. You know, I agree with like your 2 other answers, like with some sort of like book or something that contains all of our language and how to speak it. I mean, even though there's multiple languages and stuff, like if there was a way to just give them all of that, that is a really good idea.
Yeah, like a universal language.
And also the like most high tech thing. My answers were not as well thought out as yours, and I've had more time to think on it, which is really scary for me. That you came up with better answers.
I'm flipping my non-existent hair.
I was literally like, McDonald's probably, to be like, this is the crap we eat. I don't know. Been like, this is a TV. This is or a phone, and be like, this is what we're sucked into every single day for hours.
Oh, I would like to add a 4th item.
Okay, what?
The highest rated TV show the human race can think of.
What would that be?
I don't know. Like, what is the most? I don't know. Like, what is the most highly rated TV show? Not Stranger Things. I swear to God.
I feel like I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and say The Walking Dead was really big, or Game of Thrones.
No. It's gone downhill and it's universally trashed now. So
I know, but like it made so much money. Like it had its own talk show after the show was over to discuss the episode.
Yes, but I mean like a show that has been that is universally praised. That's finished. So like you can watch it in its entirety. That's universally praised.
Breaking Bad.
You're right. There you go. I give him Breaking Bad. I'll be like, this is the pinnacle of our entertainment.
Now, this is what you don't do.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how you would explain it to them of being like,
Yeah.
this, we don't. Some people do this, but this is not like a good thing.
These
but
are
it
the
is the
bad
pinnacle
people.
of entertainment.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, I think they'll think highly of us. I feel like I'd give some aliens nachos and be like, this is going to change your life.
What a smooth brain response. Like, how about you eat a hamburger? I want to see what happens to you.
That's what I mean. Like, I'd give them some sort of like cuisine and be like, this is the food. This is the kind of food we eat. Maybe not something shitty, like something actually good and nice, and be like, this is like a 3-course meal. This is like one of our more finer dishes here on this planet. Like, I think I would do more like I think your route is more like logical and like how they can get to know how we think. And mine would be more like cultural. Like, this is our like the food. This is like the music we listen to. And this is like, yeah, like a TV show or something, which is not as good of an answer. But that's the mindset that I had.
Okay. I have a question for you.
Oh boy.
These beings know everything in the known universe. You can ask them all a question. What's the question? What is the answer you want to know on the top of everything? You can get the answer to anything. What is the question you ask them?
Is there an afterlife? I want to know if it's worth it, man.
No.
Well, I'm just saying.
That's what all the alcohol's for.
Come on, that's a good question. Like, what happens?
That's the reason why she drinks whiskey.
What is either that or like, what is the begin? Like, what created the universe? Like, what started it all? Because right now it's really just theories. We don't have like, I mean, obviously the Big Bang is like the most concrete theory, but like, I want to know for a fact.
Like, you want to be shown.
Yeah, I want to be shown it, or I would like to know, like, or ghost reel shit like that. I don't know.
You want that one episode of Doctor Who?
Sure. I just want to know. Why are we here? Welcome to the podcast where we're getting deep today.
And then we talk about one of the world's dumbest movies.
Yeah. We're going to get deep just to bury ourselves in quicksand. You see what I did there? Okay. So, yeah. I don't know. What would you ask? Do you guys watch porn? Does porn exist in all universes?
Someone out there is asking that one. But that's so stupid.
Oh, yeah.
But because do you guys have dicks? Like, it's stupid.
Yeah.
No, it'd probably be something like I didn't think of the afterlife one. No, I did think of like,
or like on a rating scale, where do we rank in the universe as far as intelligence?
They're 100% the bottom. Like,
as far as intelligence goes, where are we sitting at?
There's amoebas that are smarter than us. I know that for a fact. So I don't need to ask that question. It'd probably be something, I don't want to say philosophical. I would either ask something philosophical, to see if like, to see how that goes, or ask something like scientific, of being like, what is the answer to this very specific scientific question that we've been trying to answer for like all of time? Yeah.
Will the population die out in 20? Like, when will all of human race be gone?
Something like that. You know what? I would ask it to answer paradoxes.
When do I die? Ooh.
I would not want to know that.
Yeah, I would not want to know that. Would you rather know how you die or when you die? Because the thing is if you know when you die, then what if it's like tomorrow? It's like shit. Or what if it's like, oh, you die in a car crash? It's like, okay, well then I'll just avoid cars the rest of my life.
But it's unavoidable, so you will die by a car somehow.
Yeah, somehow. You won't even be in the car. You'll just get hit by a car. You're sleeping in your bed in a car.
Yeah, like some insane accident. Like, you'll be in the middle of Scotland, right? In like 40 acres of land. There's not a single road, not a single car anywhere near you. But then like a car will somehow fly off a ramp somewhere and then hit something else and be like, oh, it hit a transformer and it caused electricity to go out in your house, and then you died because you fell down the stairs. And by proxy, you were killed by a car. That's how that would go. So I would like if between those two, I would like to know when I die, because then I could be like, okay, I'm going to live life until that day.
True. That's kind of what I was thinking too. Because what if it's like, oh, you live until you're 92? Then I'm like, great. I've got like a whole life ahead of me. I can kind of just do so much drugs. Yeah, I was gonna say, if I know I'm gonna die at 92, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Hand over that cocaine.
Oh my god. Well, so wait, okay, hold on now. So
Okay.
back to the question that I asked. You answered, I think.
We're philosophers in this episode, okay?
Yeah. Well, you answered the first part of one of my questions, and I don't remember what the second part of the question was.
I answered it so well.
Yeah. Well, because I said something. What did I say? Couldn't have been that good of a question. I'm going to be editing this later, and I'm going to hear myself ask the question, and I'm going to be like, fuck. That's what it was. Oh, well. If I think of it, I'll blurt it out, but it has since left my memory. Now, that, I guess, is the end of my question. So, yeah, thanks. That was a good one. That was fun. I liked that one. Good times. I love getting philosophical with you.
Me? Yeah, same.
Wouldn't you want to know, like, if there's ghosts out there or something?
I would like to know, but if given one question, that would not be my top priority.
Yeah. Or like, I don't know. I feel like I'd also ask it like a different question. Like, it'd be a really good question to ask them.
Okay, go ahead.
Like, what do I have to do to reach my full potential?
Damn.
Like, what is the thing that I have to do, like, let's say, like, I wanted to be let's say in a perfect world, if I did something perfect, I could become the biggest Hollywood director, in another alternate universe or something. I'm like, okay, what is it that I have to do to get that?
I do think that it's very interesting how the two different routes went. I asked the general question so that I can have the answer to life's greatest mysteries and stuff. And you're like, how do I become the best person on earth? How do I get to be?
How do I reach my full potential?
How am I able to tell everyone I am literally better than them? Because I am in every single way, because I have asked the question and have the answer.
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds bad. I like the way I word it. Anyways, what do you got for us today, Isaiah?
I have for you a wild time. Are you ready for this?
Some fun facts with Isaiah.
We have some fun facts with me today. Now, I couldn't find a lot of facts because, obviously.
Surprise.
But what I'm going to tell you is the insane story of how this movie got made.
Okay.
So, just like how 1930s Saturday matinee serials inspired the first 3 Indiana Jones movie films.
Yeah.
As well as Star Wars, Lucas felt that B movies, such as The Thing from Another World, It Came from Outer Space, and Them, could give them a whole genre to play with and add a new texture to the story, giving him the idea of using extraterrestrials. All right, hold on. Now, hold on with that. Now, hold on to that. Lucas personally felt that Ford and Spielberg didn't fully understand the franchise's malleability. Instead of doing the exact same movie all the time, all they had to do was test different genres with each installment. It wouldn't stop being an adventure of the title character looking for some artifact, as long as it was a believable MacGuffin with an archaeological or historical background, right?
Yeah.
Which is what it kind of feels like in this movie. He came up with a story, which Jeb Stewart at the time turned into a script in October 1993, in May 1994. That's what he took that year to make it. All right. Lucas wanted Indiana to get married, which would allow Henry Jones Sr. to return, expressing concern over whether or not his son is truly happy with what he has accomplished in life. All right.
Okay.
Lucas was getting philosophical.
Yeah.
After he learned that Joseph Stalin was interested in psychic warfare, all right, we immediately went off the cliff.
Wow. Yeah. From 0 to 100.
So that's when he decided to have Soviets as the villain and,
of course,
the aliens to have psychic powers.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm following so far.
All right.
Barely,
you're putting the pieces together?
Yeah.
Okay. 3 months later, Independence Day comes out.
There it is.
Spielberg told Lucas he would not make another alien invasion movie, given that he had made E.T. and a few other alien movies. Lucas decided he was going to work on the Star Wars prequels then. So they kind of went their separate ways for a minute there. And then in 2000, at an AFI tribute, which is the American Film Institute, to Ford, they all got together once again with Kathleen Kennedy and some people from Disney because they
Boo.
were there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spielberg also found returning to the series a respite, like, it could come up
Mm.
from his many dark films during this period because he had made Artificial Intelligence. Sorry, I don't like that movie. It's god awful. Minority Report and Munich, which are all very, very like not happy movies.
Mm.
Lucas then convinced Spielberg to use aliens in the plot by saying that they were not extraterrestrials, but interdimensional. I'm like, oh, great.
Mm.
With the concept taking inspiration in the superstring theory. Spielberg and Lucas discussed the central idea of a B movie involving aliens, and Lucas suggested using crystal skulls to ground the idea, using crystal skulls as the MacGuffin and the historical context. So M. Night Shyamalan was then hired to write.
Oh, what? Wait.
To write the script for an intended 2002 release, and then release for 2003. But he was overwhelmed with writing a sequel to one of his beloved films, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and claimed it was also difficult to get Ford, Spielberg, and Lucas to focus on the story.
Oh my God.
So that ended up falling through. And then eventually everybody got back together. And then they all kind of mashed together the ideas of all that. And then they made King of the Crystal Skull. And so that over the course of a decade, that's what happened.
That's insane. All of that for this kind of movie?
Yeah, that's like 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's get into some actual facts.
Okay.
Spielberg stated that before production began, there were very few CGI effects that would be used to maintain consistency with the other films. Hold your thought. I know you have an opinion.
Okay.
During filming, significantly more CGI work had to be done than initially anticipated.
Yeah.
As in many cases, it proved to be more practical. There ended up being a total of 450 CGI shots in the film, which estimated about 30% of the film shots.
There it is. And what a doozy.
What a doozy.
We'll get into
now,
it.
5 fake titles were registered with the Motion Picture Association of America because they were very big on keeping this movie under wraps. The City of Gods, The Destroyer of Worlds, The Fourth Corner of the Earth, The Lost City of Gold, and The Quest for the Covenant. The first two, City of the Gods and The Destroyer of Worlds, were draft scripts for the name of the movie. They were going to originally name it like something like that during the earlier drafts.
It's interesting too that they said Destroyer of Worlds because they actually use that quote in the movie.
Yeah.
Nice little Easter egg.
So basically, anybody looking at this stuff would think that Paramount's making 5 different movies.
Yeah.
We have a lawsuit.
Oh, yippee.
Now, like I was saying earlier, they're very big about making sure that none of the secrets got out. However, an extra who was working on the film named Tyler Nelson violated his non-disclosure agreement in an interview with Edmund Sun on September 17, 2007, which had then been picked up on mainstream media. It is unknown if he remained in the final cut. At Nelson's request, the Edmund Sun subsequently pulled the story from its website. On October 2nd, 2007, the Superior Court order was filed finding that Nelson knowingly violated the agreement. The terms of the settlement are not disclosed, so we don't know what happened there. A number of production photos, however, and sensitive documents pertaining to the film's production budget were also stolen from Spielberg's production office.
Oh my God.
The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department then set up a sting operation after being alerted by a webmaster that the thief might try to sell the photos online.
Whoa.
On October 4th, 2007, the seller, 37-year-old Roderick Eric Davis, was arrested and he pleaded guilty to 2 felony counts and was sentenced to 2 years and 4 months in prison.
Dang. Got your ass.
Like, damn. Can you imagine? What are you in jail for? Oh, I stole some production documents from a movie set.
Real. That's insane.
And for our final fact, in late 2012, the director of the Institute of Archaeology of Belize, oh yes, we have a second lawsuit. Dr. James Awe sued Lucasfilm, Disney, and Paramount Pictures on behalf of the country of Belize for using the Mitchell Hedges skull's likeness in the film, which is the elongated crystal made of quartz skull. Awe claimed that if Mitchell Hedges' skull was actually found in Belize, then it would have been stolen from his country and the defendants were profiting off its likeness. Because basically, a woman named Anna Mitchell Hedges, she claimed to have found the skull in Belize, but then it turned out it wasn't in Belize, that she had bought it in like an auction somewhere at Sotheby's in England. And then they were all like finding that it wasn't like ancient. It was actually made like the 19th century. So there's a whole big scandal about it back in good old archaeology days of the 1900s. So there's like a lot of things surrounding it that's like not true. So his lawsuit didn't really make much. Well, it doesn't make much sense to me. I don't know if they made sense of it. But yeah, that's all our facts for today.
Beautiful. Love a good lawsuit. Love a good lawsuit. So good.
Lawyers got to get paid, bro.
Yeah. Lawyers got a lawyer.
Lawyers got a lawyer. Lawyers got a legal.
Now, before we dive into what we thought about the film, let's talk a little bit about the film itself.
Yes. Yes.
To sum it up, Indy's got a son now.
Yes.
All right. And it's Shia LaBeouf. We don't find that out until about halfway in. Actually, towards the end. But
you can put it together.
Yeah, you can put it together for sure. Long story short, commies are back and they want the crystal skull so that they can find out. When in doubt, it's the commies. Just look at Rocky.
When in doubt, it's the Reds.
It's the Reds. And they want the crystal skull, which basically gives them all the secrets to the universe, or quote unquote, the power. So Indiana Jones and his son must stop them, along with the annoying girl from the first movie, Marion. That's pretty much the whole premise of the movie. So what did you think of it?
I'll give you I have a few notes, which I'll give you first, and then I'll give you my general opinion.
Okay.
When Kate Blanchett's character came on screen, I said, "Oh my God, it's Coconut Head."
I was thinking Edna Mode.
I thought the whole fact like the case and the skull was magnetic. However, it was very inconsistent on the rules of whatever something was magnetic.
Oh my God,
enough.
yes. I was thinking the same thing. It was like, oh, everything's getting pulled, but yet like now the guy's necklaces that were around their necks is no longer being magnetized.
Yeah, like it was very based on like whatever the plot needed at the time.
Exactly.
Like it's so magnetic that Indy can throw metal shavings into the air and it'll fly across the entire place. But you're telling me that only until they move it out of the boxes is when the lamps above their heads move towards it. It's a cool shot.
Oh yeah,
it's a cool concept, but like it's severely inconsistent. It's all over the place.
Very illogical, yes.
And they keep it like going the entire movie. Every single time in the movie, it's all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Nuketown, baby.
Oh, dude, I put the same note. I said Indiana Jones in Nuketown.
No way he survives the nuke.
Didn't like Mythbusters or some shit like do a test on that to see if that was possible?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's possible.
No.
I don't think a lead-lined fridge is going to save you from a nuke. Because not only, okay, say you survive the nuclear explosion, right? You wouldn't survive the getting flown, however far he got flown, rattling around in there, and in that thing, you would have broken something. But he's fine.
Yeah.
I do think the graveyard sequence is probably one of the best treasure hunting scenes, and that's where this movie shines. Is in those moments where they're not talking about aliens, they're not talking about like the Reds or anything like that. They're just there, and they're talking about ancient mysteries, ancient cultures, treasure hunting, looking around for things, ancient traps. Like that's the most Indiana Jones treasure hunting thing you can do. And that's when it's those moments, those are the best peaks of the movie. It's just a shame the rest of this movie happens.
Yeah.
And I can tell you the moment the movie takes a dive off a cliff. I can tell you the very
when
moment.
they literally dive off the cliff?
No, it's before that.
Okay.
The moment this movie is where it's like, it immediately goes from like, oh my God, it's actually pretty cool. It's like a 4 out of 5 for me. Immediately dips. The second Shia LaBeouf grabs a vine and starts swinging with monkeys.
Yep. I wrote
CGI
that too.
Monkeys. That is the moment.
Terrible CGI monkeys.
You know, this is actually going pretty well. I mean, like, we had a rough beginning with the whole Nuketown thing. That was a bit goofy.
But it's Indiana. Yeah.
I was like, it's Indiana. Like, all right, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
We'll keep going. But the second the vines of the monkeys part it comes out, it dives off a cliff.
Oh, 1,000% agree with you.
You think, all right, that left a very bad taste in my mouth. It can't get any worse. Boom, ants.
Yep, the fucking big damn ants.
Yeah, and then you're like, all right, please, for the love of God, don't get worse. Waterfalls.
3 whole waterfalls. It felt very comical.
Yeah, so there was 3 cliffs of which this movie took a dive, and then there was 3 more waterfalls on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
I rated it a 2.5.
Damn.
Which I think is being very generous, because maybe 50% of this movie is enjoyable. But the second it gets to the aliens and the CGI and sorry, not aliens, the transdimensional beings and all that kind of stuff, which is why I give it 2.5 out of 5. So it was enjoyable until it wasn't. That's what I got to give it.
Yeah, exactly. I can agree. It was a solid first half. They had me in the first half, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I pretty much agree with you on everything you said. I had a couple more things that I also wrote down. I thought, the CGI was very noticeable and very poorly done, especially like the sword fighting in the jungle between the two cars. That just was really, really bad. Was not
Shia LaBeouf apparently pulled his groin doing that.
Oh, wow. Good to know. The aliens, really, like, that's not Indiana Jones, I mean, obviously Indiana Jones is getting old, this is like almost a 15, 20-year jump from the last one, and it's getting up in there in his age. I mean, I can't wait for Dial of Destiny, where he's even older. Can't wait to see how that goes. It's like 15 years difference, but he managed to not like completely show his age, if that makes sense. Like I felt like he still felt like an Indiana Jones. I feel like my mind will change when we see Dial of Destiny. And then I'm sorry. Okay, I love Cate Blanchett. Talented actress, but wow, is her Russian accent bad?
That was rough.
It was like my version. It's like when you're doing an impression of a Russian person for somebody and you're trying to be as stereotypical as you can. But she also like kept slipping in like her British accent in there occasionally. It was very weird.
Yeah. It was
not the best.
Really rocky.
Yes. And I actually didn't mind as obvious as it was. I did not mind Shia LaBeouf's role in the movie, like being the son of Indiana Jones. Like I kind of liked that quote unquote plot twist, I guess. I enjoyed it. Obviously, they're not going to keep that going. I don't think, right? He's not in the next one.
I don't think so.
But for my Letterboxd review, I put Indiana Jones and the low budget CGI. That's my review.
That's accurate. Yeah.
But I did give it a 3 out of 5 because there was some aspects. It was still like a relatively entertaining watch, but I think that's the lowest I've rated any of them.
Yeah, that's fair.
So far. Yeah. Still
one more.
Exactly. But yeah, do you have anything else you want to add before we wrap it up?
No.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening to today's episode. Please feel free to send in any movie suggestions you'd like to watch, you'd like us to watch and review for our upcoming listeners episode. We have one coming up, not this next episode, but the one right after, because next week is our season finale. So now is the time to send those suggestions in, and you could send those in at silverscreensips@gmail.com. And if you do not follow us already, then go follow us on our Instagram as well, so you can get any and all updates regarding the show, as well as any updates regarding future guests. And we will see you next week with our last episode of the season, ending on a banger with Dial of Destiny.
I just like Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh, God.